Hey everyone, Xman490 here, and humor me for a second, hear me out here. I know that these games are very, dissimilar in ways, but they have some similarities which sort of concern me because I've played them, I bought them and played them, but they've grown stale on me, Thing like Titanfall and Splatoon. They're just like not very much fun for me. Just they used to be, a lot of fun, but now they've grown stale. But first, let me start off with some positive similarities. Some positives here. I have a list here. Down here. So first of all, they are competitive shooters. So. You can defeat an enemy player within a few seconds, and vice versa. And doing that, if you defeat the enemy, then an enemy player, then you get some pretty good benefits. You don't get a lot of points for your team and such, and you just get them out of your way. So then you can keep going on with the sort of non-PvP elements. In Titanfall, it's defeating the infantry, and in Splatoon, it is just splatting, covering the battlefield. And then there's also fast movement when you are basically safe. So in Titanfall, it's running around the walls and jumping, using the little jetpacks and such. And in Splatoon, it's going squid form and sliding through the ink. So there's that. It's sort of a coincidental thing, but it's just a funny observation. Another one that's sort of just more of a coincidence than anything is that both of them, I suspect that Splatoon will have, I guess, like a 2 million player base by the end of the year, probably, I guess. And so did Titanfall after a year on Xbox One. On PC, it was I checked it and said like 500,000, so, yeah. But still, the point still stands, sort of. It's not a huge base, but it's fairly big. And then there's like special attacks, which sort of really tip the battle. If someone just so happens to be playing really well, then their good status is going to become even greater because in Titanfall they got enough points, and then they can start off their Titan pretty quickly and have quite an advantage there, shooting up the enemy team in one shot each, if they can aim well, of course. And of course, having a lot of defense with that big mech. And then with Splatoon, it's the special attacks, which granted aren't quite as powerful, but do they always at least sort of hinder the enemy team at least a little bit, so then they're like, oh, I gotta get out of the way. Oh, I gotta get rid of this now. Oh dear, stuff like that, or yeah, basically getting out of the way, to sum it up. So that's sort of dipping into the negatives, because once a team is doing pretty well, then they do incredibly well and just stomp the other team. It's like doing twice as good as the other team. To sum it up, it's quite disturbing, like most matches, or at least a majority of matches, I guess, end up like that. It seems like. So then, going into more of the negatives, these games don't have many maps. I guess Titanfall is maybe 20 maps or 15 or so, and Splatoon has 10. It might grow to 15 in the coming months, but still, it's not a whole lot. It's not very many. It's a good lot, I guess, But then there's a problem where the maps are chosen by the server, not the player. It's not like, oh, I want to go to this kind of environment, I'm going to pick this map. No, it's like, okay, here, like with Splatoon, it's here are the maps that are available. You can play these two, and that's it. And then with Titanfall, it's like the server just chooses for you randomly, I guess. And I mean, some of them are pretty good. You know, the maps tend to be good, but still, it's like you don't have that choice. So that doesn't really add a little flavor to it. That sort of keeps flavor away from it. In comparison to, say, Team Fortress 2, where you can just find a whole big server list and go to all sorts of servers. You know, like just like the basic ones. It's not like 20. There's like 40, let's say. You know, there are many servers, many maps in the game, and in various game modes. Granted, you know, the game has been going on for several years. You know, quite a few years, but still, you know, there's that element that keeps me in. You know, I've been playing it for, I think it's almost 2,000 hours over, like, since the free to play update in I think mid 2011, I guess. Yeah, I think it was. And then there's sort of a deal breaker with me, because nowadays, like in Titanfall and Splatoon, most of the players are really experienced, like their level, like their max level, or they've in Titanfall they've like regenerated and still gone to max level several times, like a generation like 9 or 10, most of them, or at least like half of them or so. You know, so like they're really good at the game. You know, they know like exactly how much to turn around to shoot, and then shooting enemies and stuff. Like they're really good at that. So that sort of jars me from really enjoying it. You know, because I don't have. I have to admit, I don't have that skill. You know, and it's not just a case of, oh, well, get good. No, I'm trying, but I just get destroyed often. You know, in like, I guess like 2/3 of the matches I play in these games, I end up losing and feeling just bad for it because I'm getting destroyed. You know, I have like a kill death ratio of like a half or something. You know, it's brutal. And the thing that sucks about it, that you know makes it still suck, you know, as compared to TF2, is that there's no gameplay options besides, like, you know, playing, like, fighting in those matches. Once you have like your decorations and your power-ups, you know, like, oh, more defense, or you can run faster, or maybe go invisible or something. Once you have that, that's basically it. It's just okay when you're done with that, and then you just got the matches to go with. You know, once you have your setup and you like it, or your setups, perhaps, you know, your loadouts. So there's like no gameplay besides that. You know, like with TF2, there's, you know, if your team is losing, then maybe you're like, you know what, and let's just taunt a bit, you know. Oh, we got a little time before the match. Let's do a conga line or something, or the borscht, or the Russian dancing line. That's the new one with the new update. You know, something like that. You know, there's like something other than just fighting and then dying and dying and dying and killing and then dying and dying and killing and maybe killing again and then dying. Yeah, so like with all that, you know, like these games, you know, enticed me enough to get them, indeed, but and I had a lot of fun to begin with them, but then they became, you know, like, well, it's just you against all these much better players, or me against these much better players, and it's not that much fun anymore. They've grown stale. I think I'm gonna like sort of trade in Splatoon pretty soon, I guess. It's just not that much fun anymore. It's grown stale because it's a one-trick pony, so to speak. And so is Titanfall. I haven't played Titanfall in, like, I don't know, since April, basically. So that's gonna be it for this video, vlogging time. Goodbye.